Someone once said, after we lost a loved one, well, maybe she was an Ogbanje and it was time for her to leave. Yeah, let that sink in. And if you don't know what Ogbanje is, I'm very happy for you. Ask your Nigerian friends. And as extreme as that sounds, there are many ways and many things that we say to people going through a hard time, especially grieving the death of a loved one, that we should not be caught saying. After my last video on dealing with grief, dealing with loss, I got a lot of comments, a lot of shares and likes. Thank you so much. I got people share their personal experiences with me. And I just had to do this video to say, as a community, as a society, as people who love God and love each other, we can do better. Yeah. So I'll be sharing 7 things that you should never be caught saying, especially if you belong to this wonderful community, to someone who is going through a very hard time, especially the death of a loved one. And after sharing those 7 things, I will then, because someone will be rolling their eyes to say, so if we're not going to say all these 7 things that are very common, what can I then say? I'll share a few things that you can say to help your loved one heal when they're going through a very hard time. And the first thing you should never, losing someone is painful enough. You're navigating the pain, the grief, there's anger, there's denial, there's just a lot of emotions you're going through. You don't need another person coming to add to your pains and your problems. So the first one is, do not say maybe it was their time. And while this may sound harmless, it minimizes this person's pain. So let's even assume that it was this person's time. It does not change anything. It doesn't change the fact that this person is going through a very hard time, losing someone that had been there all their lives. So don't say to someone, oh, maybe it was their time. Because in the person's mind, they're like, how about your own relative? Wasn't it your own relative's time? Do you understand? So don't, especially when you're working on assumptions, or maybe it was their time. And let's even assume that yes, it was really their time. So what? It doesn't change the fact that I'm going to miss this person, that this person is no longer part of my life as actively as they were in the past couple years. Yeah? So let's not say that. The second one is, at least they lived a long life. And I know this is very common, especially when maybe someone's grandmother, grandfather, they lived till they were 98. And it sounds like, wow, that was almost 100 or even 110. Why this shouldn't be said is because no matter how long someone lived, it doesn't change the fact that a vacuum has been created. So all my life, I've known my grandfather, for example, and he has been part of my life. I didn't experience him for 98 years. It was him that lived to 98 years. And for the few years that I experienced him, I loved him being part of my life. I loved him being part of my journey. And now he's no more. So there's a pain and vacuum that creates. So saying at least they lived a long life is as though you're saying, oh, don't grieve, don't cry, don't acknowledge the pain that you feel, that there are events in my life that I would have loved my grandfather to be there for, but he's not there any longer, especially for people that had very close relationships with these people. So at least they lived a long life. It sounds okay, but it's not really okay. And you can ask your friends that have experienced this, and they will tell you that it doesn't make the hurt any less. Loss is loss. Yeah. The third one, you've said it. I'm almost sure. Okay, no, you have sense. Be strong. And this comes in different variations. Recently, one of my babies, just 10-year-old, lost her dad. And someone came and said, be strong for your mom. I'm like, what? You get the point. Don't tell anybody to be strong. You don't love them more than God loves them. So God, in his wisdom, will give them the strength they need to navigate this time. They don't need to be strong for anything. I know it sounds okay, but strength does not mean silence. Let them cry. Let them grieve. If they are broken, God says he's close to the brokenhearted and binds their wounds. So let God do what only God can do. You're telling them to be strong. Number one, it doesn't even help them to be strong. Do you understand? So just by saying be strong, you think somehow it's going to boost, like it's going to give them a burst of adrenaline, or what exactly do you think it's going to do? So don't tell them to be strong, because they don't need to be strong. Why should they in their time of weakness now be forced to be strong? I don't get it. If you understand it, please put it in the comments and explain it to me. This number 4, hey God, I'm going to try my best to behave like the civilized child of God that I am, because this one, Idudu, used to pain me. And as much as it may sound spiritual and as if it's a divine favor, it doesn't make no sense when you say, oh, heaven needed an angel. God needed an angel. And he looked around. God Almighty, the sovereign ruler of the universe, was looking and searching for an angel. And in his creative ability, could not create another angel or say let there be. And somehow the only way to get another angel is my sister going, no, now you say think calm. It doesn't make any sense. God doesn't work the way you think he does. I mean, how sometimes I don't know how we see God. Sometimes we describe him as a schizophrenic person. He was like, heaven is not as populated as I want it to be, so I need an angel. So let me go to the family of the Amokas and remove an angel, or let me go to your loved one's family and pick an angel. That doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So I feel like the principle around what shouldn't I say is be slow to speak. Be slow to speak and very quick to listen. So be there for your loved ones. Listen to them and support them. You don't have to say what you've heard your village people and ancestors saying, because heaven needed an angel does not make any sense. The person is thinking, how about they picked an angel from your house and not my own house? Yeah, so please don't say that. Let's not catch you saying that. We'll arrest you. This one is I think this is number 1, very, very common. I know exactly how you feel. No, you don't. No, you don't. You don't. For someone that has experienced the loss of a sister, for example, even when I meet someone that has just lost their sister, I don't know exactly how they feel. Because number 1, the relationship we had with our sisters is different. The way they experience pain is different. They are different. Grief is different for everybody, and it's very personal. So no, you don't know exactly how I feel. You cannot know exactly how I feel. Yeah, so please don't be caught saying it. You can try saying something like, oh, I can't imagine how you're feeling right now, but just know I'm here for you. That sounds better than I know exactly how you feel, because you do not. No, you don't. The next one is everything happens for a reason. And hold on before you eat me up. While that sounds, is that correct? I don't even have an answer for that right now. But while it sounds everything happens for a reason, of course. And I mean, Romans 8:28 says, for we know that all things work together for our good to those who love God and are called according to his purposes. At that moment, saying, oh, everything happens for a reason, it just sounds cold and dismissive. So in those, especially those first moments where this person is dealing with the denial, the anger, the hopelessness, everything happens for a reason, it's not really what they want to hear. It's not really what they need to hear at that time. Why does my loved one have to die for a reason? What's the reason? Because if they ask you what's the reason, now can you answer? Can you answer? No, you can't. So please don't say everything happens for a reason. You may be correct, but not at that time. The final one, the final very, very popular one is you need to move on. I remember one, this is national TV, so I'm not going to call the person what I wanted to call the person before. The very month when my sister passed, apparently he came to the house, and in his mind, he came to offer his condolences, and he was talking with a friend of mine that he thinks Grace is taking this thing too far, that she should just move on. Anyways, please don't tell people to just move on. Don't tell people to just move on. Don't tell people to just move. That's not how it works. Grief is not a straight road. It's a loop. It's a journey of healing and hope, where they find God, where they find themselves. And you don't determine that time. So because it's uncomfortable for you, don't carry that discomfort to the person, because that's not what they need at that time. So don't tell them, oh, just move on. Or I see people do this all the time. You want to tell people how to grieve. So for someone, the way that they are processing their pain is sharing the pictures, videos, or the times they had with this person online, and you're like, why are they sharing it? There was even one of my friends that came and said I should take out all Eunice's pictures from around my life that is causing me to cry. I'm just like, oh my God. With these few points of mine, I hope I've been able to convince you. And this is a free world. This is a free community. Please put in the comments if you think I'm wrong in any of these ones. I don't mind. Like, we're all here to learn. So let me hear your thoughts of these 7 things that I've shared. Now, someone is saying, okay, you've taken all our grief vocabulary from us. What can we then say? The first very, very extremely important thing to say, if you get this, you're going to be the greatest grief body. I mean, that's not a thing, but you get what I'm saying. Say nothing. Yeah. Say nothing. Learn to sit in the silence. As uncomfortable as it may be for you, it comes nowhere close to the kind of discomfort your friend or your loved one is feeling that you're there for. So the first thing you should say is say nothing. That's it. Your presence alone can be so powerful. And when I say your presence, if you're there, be there. So don't go to see someone and be there for them and you're just there on your phone, you're on Twitter, Instagram, you're laughing your head off, you're watching funny videos. Are you a joker? Does that look like a joke to you? So the first thing to say is say nothing. Yes, just be there. Be present. Be present, basically, for the person. Then another thing you can say is, I'm so sorry you have to go through this at this time. It doesn't sound like much, but just expressing that. If you've seen someone go through grief, a very hard loss, you will be sorry they're having to go through that. So you can just let the person know. Another thing I do a lot, and I just like to let the person know, you are in my thoughts and you're in my prayers. And when I say you are in my prayers, I mean you are in my prayers. So I'm praying for you every single time. And every time your thought crosses my mind, which is almost always, I will send a quick message. Maybe a scripture that God gave to me to give you. I would send it to you. I will share songs that I think can be helpful. And then I want to say advanced stages of grief. I don't think that's what it is, and it depends on your relationship with the person. Sometimes I would also share a video that probably helped me, like my videos. Yeah. So you could share my video with the person, not right after they've just gotten the news. Don't share the video. If not, they're going to block you. Yeah. So give it some time and then see how they ease into conversations with you. When you're there, you're present, many times by themselves, they would just share with you. Another thing that this can be very highly debated, but the first question that we want to ask when we hear that someone passed on is to ask what happened. As per, was this person sick? Were they in an accident or something? I don't think it's important, because what's he going to do? And I feel like that should be our guiding principle when we think about how to be there to support people. What is this question? What is this statement going to do for this person? So if I ask them, oh, what happened? And they say she was sick, then what do I say next? Oh, yeah. Like someone said, oh God, it's weird. Someone said, oh my goodness, we didn't know she was sick. You should have told us so that we'll pray. And I'm just like, guys, see, let's not fight on this video. Let's not fight. Another thing you can say is, I'm here if you need anything. And there are times you need to use your, okay, you can just be proactive. Let me know. We're not fighting here. You can be proactive to know what they need. And if you have been there for them, to cook for them, to visit, to just be around and be that warm presence, yeah, then at some point, I'm here. If you need anything, if you need to talk, if you need to rant, if you need to just cry, just know that I'm here for you. That could be really helpful. But at the same time, be proactive. The family needs money. Nobody plans for death in many cases. I mean, you're not just there waiting for your loved one to die, and then there are a lot of expenses. In the part of the world that I live in, people are going to visit your house and they expect that you will cook for them. So a lot of money is going to be spent. So on top of the pain that you're going through, that you lost a loved one, there's the pain of spending a lot of money because you have to feed these people. So be proactive enough. Send them money, send them fruits, order food for them, clean for them, or send cleaning services. Because at that time, they don't want to do anything. So as much as you can be there to relieve their pain and, all the work that they need to do, please be there. You can also say, I can't imagine your pain, but I care deeply. And when you say you care deeply, let your words match your actions. Let your words match your actions. Yeah. And finally, I would say you can ask them, would you like to talk about your loved one with me? Or if you don't mind talking about your loved one with me, I'd love to listen. This person was such a blessing to the world, such a gift to all of us and all of that. And I wouldn't mind hearing about the beautiful life that they lived whenever you're ready. So the general principle is, number one, understand that this person is navigating emotions that they probably have never gone through before. So even if they've lost a loved one before, this one is fresh, it's different. It was a different kind of relationship they had with them. Also know that your words should be laced with grace. So ask yourself, this thing I'm about to say, is it going to help heal this person? If not, just be quiet. Sometimes silence is so precious and golden and very beneficial. Yeah. I hope this has helped. Please put in the comments other things that you feel should not be said. What is the worst or most dramatic thing someone has said to you when you were going through a hard time? And what did you wish they had said differently? If you liked this video, I'm sure you did. You enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, and share with your loved ones. See you again on the next one.